welcome. So Canva, believe it or not, may actually be able to save you some money and time. And that is because you no longer have to have separate tools to create and post your content. You can create things in Canva and then post them on your social media. So let's talk tech and take a look at how you can use let me get the name right, Canva Content Calendar to either post or just, sorry, post and or schedule to post your content. Let's get started.
So watch our channel, come and see and laugh and learn, and you'll agree you'll make your tech life easier with your tech coach.
Hello and welcome. So yes, did you know that not only can you create all kinds of content inside of Canva, but specifically your social media posts, you can create those in Canva and then you can either post them directly or, and probably more useful, you can schedule them using the built-in calendar scheduling tool inside of Canva. So a lot of people I've realized don't know that this exists, and frankly, it can save you a lot of money, and we're all looking to save money wherever we can. So rather than having to create it and then export it and bring it into another tool and then do your scheduling there, you can do it all in one place. Now, I will say up front, let's get it out of the way. It's not a extensive list that you can do this with. Hopefully over time they will add more, but a lot of the core stuff is there. So what do you say? Let's go ahead and get started taking a look at it, right? Let me get this out of the way. So the other caveat for this is that it is for Canva Pro users. Sorry. But the good news is it does work on desktop, on mobile, on browser. So if you are a Canva Pro user, this is an option you can try. And if you're curious about it, but you're not sure if it's worth the upgrade for you, I mean, there's a lot of other cool stuff you get with Canva Pro. And by the way, I'm not an affiliate. They don't do affiliates at my level anymore, so it's not like I'm getting paid for this. But Canva is a very powerful tool. It gives you the ability to do a lot of things in one place. And I'm all about reducing the friction, right? If I can do things using one tool instead of 5 tools, I'm all about it. Because that's time, that's money, and that's brain power. So I can stay focused and not get distracted. So you can go ahead and you can sign up and get a free trial. Sorry, new monitor, and I'm trying to get the lighting fixed. You can go ahead and you can get a free trial, and then that will give you a chance to kind of test drive it and see if it's going to work for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. Let me see if I fixed this part. Nope, I didn't. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. It's all part of the process. We're all good here. Alrighty. So here we go. I'm going to show it to you. Now this happens to be the browser version, but like I said, it works exactly the same inside of the desktop app or the mobile app. Hey Fox, how you doing? Good to see you. Sorry for being late. Hey Ace, how you doing? So yeah, like I said, it is only a pro feature, but you can try it on the free trial for the pro level. Test drive it, see if it was going to work for you. I recommend if you do that, test it really hard. Like try all of the pro things to see whether or not it's going to be a good payoff for you. So first, I'm going to show you how to find the calendar, because while there's 2 ways that you can post, the calendar view, I think, is what's really important here, because you can not only schedule things, but you can also see what you have scheduled and maybe rearrange some things and all that. But it's not super obvious where it's at, because if you're just looking here, like this is your landing when you come in, lots of stuff, and they do a pretty good job of making it easy to find things, but this is a little hidden in my opinion. So what you're going to want to do, let me get my little tools going here. So here we go. So you're going to come over here, and what you're going to look for is the apps option on the side here, because that is where this little gem is hidden away. Let me go back to that. Pumpkin. Oh no, we don't do Adobe here for lots of reasons. I mean, if it works for you, go ahead, enjoy. But Pumpkin, yeah, no, I never suggest the things known as Adobe tools here. Microsoft Paint. If you want to do Microsoft Paint, sure, but that does not have this kind of a tool built into it. So there you go. Alrighty. So once you have found apps on the side here, Ace, you may want to do your thing. You're going to come over here, okay, and then you're going to scroll down. Now, depending on the view of your monitor, you may or may not have to scroll down. But what you're looking for is this option down here. Oops, let me make that go away. Which is the content planner. That's the one that you're looking for. So that's this one here. And you see it's got the little crown next to it because that lets you know, hey, this is a paid feature. And so, keep that in mind. So all you're going to do is you're going to come to that and then you're going to just click on it. And that's going to bring you into the calendar view. Now I did go ahead and post a couple of things here, but you can go backwards, you can go forwards. There are 2 categories of things that you can list here. You can do events or you can do social media posts. We're going to be talking about the social media posts, but just for reference, the events are not something that you would use in order to schedule things to go out, but they are things to go ahead and to use for like your team, right? Or for yourself to stay organized. Now, personally, this would not like replace a regular calendar that I would be using, whatever tool you'd prefer to use, because it's a little specialized. And with the other calendar tools, you can do invites and that kind of thing. But the nice thing about it here is if you do have a team, like the use case for this for me would be you could use this to schedule your projects for people who are working in Canva with you. So for an example, if you're going to be doing a launch of something new, you can go ahead and you can schedule, okay, we're going to do project, ABC, and we're going to start on this date, and this date is the target for this, and so on and forth. So that way everybody's got everything right in there for you, and everybody can see what's going on. The thing we're focusing on in this conversation are the social media posts, because this is a place where you can come now and you can see, okay, you have things scheduled or you don't. The other nice thing about this is it has, oops, I'm sorry, I should go back to showing you this. One moment. There we go. So you can see, you can go backwards and forwards in time. So, you can see what you've got previously planned. I didn't have anything planned last month. You can go forward and do your scheduling or see what's there. It also gives you these little shortcuts here. For other things that you can do, or if there's something coming up that you want to, like, the Subler owl, you can go ahead and do that kind of a thing. So all this kind of stuff is available right there for you, but it also has these little things built in. So like little reminders of events that are going on in case you want to use that for the kind of stuff that, that kind of takes the social media content that you've got and makes it more personable, right? So in addition to putting out the information about your kind of thing, you can also go ahead and, share about other things that are going on. So, and those are just built in. Like I say, you can add your own events, but it just kind of gives you these little reminders of things as you go through. So as you can see, I had one yesterday, so I can go in and I can see that and see that it was posted, see what was on here. And I have one in the future right here. So let's say that I wanted to post this one again. So I can come here, and if I scroll down a little bit, I can make a copy of this one. And I can change the date and time. So let's make this like the first of the month. And maybe we'll do it at the AM instead of PM. Scroll down and pick the channel I want to put it on. So now this is where I'm talking about it's a little limited. So you can do it, Facebook, you can do it on Twitter, you can do it on Indeed. I'm sorry, not Indeed, LinkedIn. You can do it on Instagram if you have an Instagram business account, but that's really easy to do. You just take your regular account and switch it over. There's no cost for that. You can also do it on Tumblr and stuff like that. So I'm going to put it on Tumblr, and you can go in and you could change information in here if you wanted to, and then you can go ahead and schedule it, or you could just save it as a draft if you want to come back and finish this later. So right there, that's a big win on time saving, right? Because I could take the other one and put it out there, and in a couple of seconds, I've now got another post out there. Super easy. But let me show you now how to actually go in. I know that's not working. I have to stop reaching for it. I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and add something new. So you can come up here to this corner, and you can select the Add New option, and you can say a post. And then it's going to show you, you could either start a brand new one, or you can select a previous one. You can select a template to create a new one on the fly. So you actually could just start here, like picking something, and then building it out and customizing it. But we're going to pick something that we've already got. So maybe this one, right? And then maybe I'm going to post this on Instagram, and I'm just going to put, test post here because we're just demoing this here. But you could do hashtags, you can do @ signs, anything that you can put in a regular Instagram post or any of the other posts that you're doing, you can go ahead and do that right inside of here. If you wanted to put it on something else that you don't have in your list, you can come down here and you can say select a channel. And that will show you the different options that are available inside of Canva. Now, like I said, this is not complete. Like, you don't see Blue Sky on here, you don't see TikTok, that sort of thing. But it's got the core things on here. And if you wanted to do it to something that you didn't already have connected, you could click on here and you could go through the connection process so that you can connect it to your account and start using it right away. We're not going to bother with that. We're just going to do this because it's here. Nope, not that one. Let's go back and do that again. All right, and we're going to pick this one. It's got all of my recent art in here. So it makes it easy for anything that you've recently done. You can just go ahead and do it right here. So I'm going to do this and test. And we're going to schedule this for date and time. Let's say we'll make it here so that I remember to cancel it because we're just doing it as a test. And like I said, you can also, adjust all of this kind of stuff, after the fact. You can save it as a draft if you want to do that, but we're just going to go ahead and schedule it. Right, and then if I go into March, you'll see that that post is now there. So super easy, works really fast. Limited set of options, but at least there are some options there. And if this, a lot of people, that's all that they use. Like, they just use a handful of things on a regular basis, and so it's good to go. If you're looking for something else, I invite you to very kindly and gently, reach out to their support team and say, hey, it would be really great if you could add this to the calendar so that I could use it. One person asking doesn't really get a response. But if a lot of people ask for the same thing, Blue Sky, then we are very likely going to see that at some point. So it doesn't hurt to go ahead and ask for that kind of thing. Now, the next thing I want to show you is the other way you can do it. So this, you can do all from here. You can even create a new design, right? So if you wanted to come in, you could do this and go through the usual process of creating a brand new design right from here. This is why I like this view, because it gives you all of the different options that you need, right here in one place, which is what I was talking about before. It makes it easy for you to stay focused and organized and to get things done quickly while still being helpful, like, giving you little ideas about, hey, this event's coming up, or, did you want to try to do one of these things? But let's go the other route. So let's say that you're going to go through and you're going to create something. I'm going to create something I already have. I'm going to use something I already have. Well, yeah, I am. I'm going to use something I already have. So we're going to pick this. So let's just say that I just created this and it's a brand new thing. And I want to go ahead and I want to put this out to let everybody know about it. So once I'm done with it and I'm happy with it, then I'm going to come up here to share. And you've got a bunch of, different options here. But the one that we're interested in is this one here, schedule. This is going to do the same thing that you just saw, but you're doing it from your most recent project. So again, you can come in here and you can pick something. I'm going to pick, what did I pick? I picked this one just so I remember to change it. You can pick a time. You've got the day here, and then you can say next, and then you can pick your channel again. We'll do this, and we're testing again. You got the little character counter here so you don't go over. And then you can either save it as a draft, again, if you want to come back to it, or you can just say schedule. And right now it's going through and it's adding it to that calendar. Right, and then from here, it reminds you, it says, yes, you did it. It lets you create another one. So if you wanted to schedule this maybe for a couple of different dates that are upcoming, you could go ahead and do that. Or you can jump right from here into the content planner if now you want to go and do some more of this, or you want to edit this, all that kind of good stuff. So that's basically it. It's pretty straightforward. But it does mean that you don't have to go from app to app to app. You don't have to go through the extra processes of moving things, doing things in here and moving them out and then carrying them over. It helps if you've got, somebody else that you're working with, or, if you're lucky enough to have a team. Everybody on your team would have access to this. Everybody could, pitch in and do things. That's one of the ways that a lot of people use the drafts. So maybe somebody will create the art for it. And then they'll save it as a draft, and then somebody else will come along and do the text for it and maybe do the scheduling for it, or maybe they'll use it as sort of an impromptu kind of like approval process kind of thing. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use this, but even as a solo person, you could just go ahead and do this and stay organized everything, and in the one session, get everything done, right? You've created your post, you've done the text for it, you've added your hashtags, you've scheduled it and everything, and now you can go on and you don't have to think about this anymore because it's taken care of. And you can do as many of these as you want. You can go, into the future with it as far as you want. It's super powerful. It's super easy. The only thing that I run into that's a challenge for me is I do post on other platforms that they don't offer yet. So I still do have to go off to do it, but for the things that this offers, it makes it very easy to do it. And I've set up a lot of clients with it who, maybe they're doing a lot of the stuff, but then they've got some kind of like, virtual assistant that are helping them out with it. So the flexibility is really there for this. Like I said, it is only for pro users, so it is a paid user kind of thing, but you can test drive it. I think it's a 7-day test drive. So you can check to see whether or not it's going to work for you. Personally, the more value you can get, if you already are using Pro or you're thinking about getting it, the more value you get out of it, the more you use this tool for, the better it is overall for you, and you're not having to deal with all the different apps. So to me, that's a big win. If you have any questions, comments, if you have any other content you want me to cover, you can reach out to me here. I'm happy to help out there. Also, you've asked for it, so okay, yes, fine, I can do that. I did set up the Patreon. It's there, so go ahead and check that out if you're one of the people who were asking for that. But for everybody else, I do recommend that you go ahead and you check this out. Give it a test drive, and I'd love to hear, how it's working for you. And we will be back next week with different content along these lines, because that's what we do here. We try to provide practical solutions for people to get the most value out of the technology that's in our daily lives. So I hope everybody has a good one. Thanks so much for cruising by, and we will talk again soon. Bye.